Oh, it's recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vegan Griller in Chums. Tonight is the eighth episode, and tonight joining me in this lockdown is my good pal Declan Michael Laird. How are you, mate?
Very well. It's very nice to hear my name fully put out. Sounds more professional as an actor, Declan Michael Laird.
Do you prefer DML?
Yeah, because it reminds me of DMX. Makes me feel hard.
You've kind of got
like
a Tom Hanks.
DMX.
You've kind of got a Tom Hanks Castaway look going on, but quite sexy as well.
I know. I look like weird. People think I'm weird.
What colour?
It's red. You can't really see it on there. You see here?
Yeah.
I don't know why I dye my beard red, but hey ho.
Mate, I can't slag anybody for facial hair. Look at this. I look like I'm trying to groom you.
I know, it's quite good that you can't leave the house. It means you can't go anywhere near schools.
So where are you based right now? Are you based?
The children of Scotland are safer now.
Mate, don't tell anybody.
I am in sunny Los Angeles, sitting on my balcony.
Awesome, mate. And you have been there for the last couple of years, haven't you?
I have been here come August for 7 years.
That is crazy, by the way.
7 years. I know, it's mental.
What age are you, mate?
I just turned 27 last month. Actually, this month, April 6th.
Wow. You're too old. Right, that's the end of the podcast, right? See you later.
That's me. That's like in American, Los Angeles years, I'm like 128. I'm past my sell by the.
Well, at least you don't sound like fucking Jared Butler.
No,
whatever happens, don't go down that road, mate.
The American. It's funny though, because I do. My dad just made fun of me last Sunday. I think it was on Zoom, because I said something. As soon as I said it, I was like, no. I think I said like sidewalk or something, and I like caught myself halfway through the words, and he just burst into laughter and was like, "Oh, sidewalk."
So
it's weird though, because you do have to adapt though, because like if I said pavement to someone here in the street, like they have no idea what you're talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, I think we're picking up. It's a wee delay. So, your mum and dad are based in Scotland, aren't they, right now?
My mum and dad, my brother are all back home. My entire family.
So, how are you holding up in kind of lockdown situation? Are you okay?
You know what? It's fine. We've got our dog Rocky, or like Rocky 2, actually his name is.
Wow.
Well, because my dog back home was called Rocky, and then I got this one, and his name was Rocky at the shelter. So when I had to legally register his name with like whatever governor and body, I named him Rocky 2 with the Roman numerals. Just felt right as a homage to my old dog.
Oh, that's cute. what kind of dog is it?
He's a German Shepherd.
Oh, mate. I tell you what, by the way, see, during this lockdown, I'm very jealous. Obviously jealous of people who have partners, but I'm also jealous of people who have dogs. It is just like, I could go a wee pal, to be honest, man. I'm fucking bored out of my mind.
And it gives you a justification to go out walking without everyone looking at you as if you're like scum for being outside and trying to infect people. When you have the dog, it's like, well, I've got to go outside, I've got a dog, he's got to walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, a couple of weeks ago, LA was kind of one of the first cities to go into lockdown, wasn't it? Was that pretty surreal, considering there's like 40 million people in LA?
I mean, yeah. So I live right in I live in the middle of West Hollywood. The area is called, and it's sort of like a built-up like city. Where like go one way down my street and the other way you're on main roads with like bars and clubs and all that sort of stuff. And it is weird, like, so Sunset Boulevard, if you walk up to Sunset Boulevard, it's like deserted. It's like a ghost town. It's like something from like 28 Days Later or something. And then you remember you're in LA again when you see a guy like with a body like Adonis running in the street in hot pants. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, this is still where I am. But yeah, it was a little weird. Like, people out here are like, as you can imagine, ultra healthy and like fit and like watch their diet. So when this happened, it went in like there was no people crowding in bars or pubs or whatever like there was back home. It was really like a ghost town.
Yeah. So you haven't had like any nutters just turning up at the park and getting mad at it and stuff. So that doesn't really happen in LA.
Nah, no mad dog, no one getting bottled, no buckfast. There is,
crazy.
I mean, I tell you what there is though. There is a lot more like, and I think it's terrible, especially during this time. Like the homeless problem in Los Angeles is like horrific, and it's obviously in a time like this, just nobody's helping them, you know, with anything. So when you do go out, the only people you see is people walking their dog and homeless people. And you feel bad because like you have to give them a wide sort of berth. It's not like back home where it might be like a junkie who's became homeless because they're a junkie and are begging for money. But out here it's like severe mental health issues where they're like talking to themselves and screaming and like throwing shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard that, is there a part in LA that there's so many homeless people that it could maybe fill a stadium or something like that?
Skid Row. It's in downtown. It's like a, you know how you have the block system out here? It's like a 4-block area, and I think there's something crazy like 24,000 homeless people. Just so if you drive down that street, it's just tent city. It's called everywhere, and there's like very little police presence. They just sort of like govern themselves. I mean, it's like someone like, you know, went for a picnic in Aleppo but injected it with crack.
That is intense, isn't it, man? That is.
I know you shouldn't
really
laugh.
sad.
It's really bad, man. It's really bad, and like, you know, I went through that area because it's only like 4 blocks from Staples Center where the LA Lakers play. So you have to sort of go by it sometimes if you're going to a game or whatever down there. And I've taken my mum and dad that way, and it just like blows their mind.
Yeah. So you kind of happy in America right now? You're not missing home?
Well, I always miss home. I always miss my family, you know, and I worry about, you know, my mum and dad mostly. My brother's up in Aberdeen, so he's fine. I think he's quite happy not to go outside in Aberdeen, so he's happy in the lockdown. But my mum and dad, you know, obviously I worry about them, but they're fine. They're fine. They go out, like I said, they live in Kilmacombe, so there's plenty of like countryside. They go out in the walks, all that sort of stuff. So, but my brother was getting at my dad last week because, you know, in a typical sort of like dad way, he deemed it essential to go to B&Q to buy firewood. And my brother's like, do you really need firewood? Like, really? He's like, I got a new lawnmower while I'm there. It's a belter.
Only a dad would do that. Dads are mental during this lockdown. My dad's out fucking painting the fence and sheds and stuff.
Mental. It's mental. And then they're like casually like, oh yeah, you know, like Audrey, who lives 3 doors down from us, got the coronavirus. So we just like, you know, we were talking to her the other day. I was like, you were talking to her? What?
Aye, we had her on the house for a cup of tea and she was fucking dancing on the carpet and all that. It was brilliant. So how's your health and fitness since the lockdown? Because I always follow you on social media and you always seem to be looking after yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, I usually, you know, the gyms are all closed, so I've not really been doing that. I've been going out on runs and trying to do as much as I can at home, but to be honest with you, I'm eating like fucking shit. I'm eating horrifically.
Yeah.
I would never usually like, I don't like, usually before this all happened, I'll have whatever I want. Like, I'll try and be sort of health conscious, but if I want to eat fucking Chinese or get an Indian in or eat pizza, I'll do it. But it's as if like everyone's hit the fuck it button, you know, when this has happened. And it's like, I'm eating, like I saw you on your other podcast say like I'm not diving in a box of Pringles for breakfast. It's not quite it's not quite there, but like it's as if, mate, like after 8 p.m. I really just hit the fuck it button. It's as if somehow like I justify in my head to be like, eat well throughout the day, and then after 8 p.m. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, it's the fuck it button is my favourite button, mate. To be honest, but it's so interesting to see though, because I have a lot of people in my life who are normally super fit, and everyone's just pressed the fuck it button.
No, it's weird. It's weird. It's great for the gym business when all this ends. You usually love a New Year's resolution, but they're going to love a post-coronavirus surge.
Yeah, aye. See, before we go on, Andrew, can you pick up any weird noise? I just see a strange noise, mate.
I don't know if it's Declan's mic. Is the mic connected to your headset?
Do you want me to take it off? You know what it might be? It might be my beard rubbing against the mic.
Get a go. Can you still hear the audio through are you on a laptop or phone?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop. Yeah.
You'll have a mic on your
Let me turn it
laptop.
off.
Yeah, go and see.
Let me take these off.
Take your top off as well if you want. I instantly regret saying that there. I'm so sorry.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Oh, mate, that's 100 times better. You sounded like you were in a fucking cave in a hostage video there, man. I was actually going to send you over a food parcel, mate. I was scared.
There's a guy in all black sitting across me with a Kalashnikov.
Yeah,
the PR person for the movie. just wait.
I think obviously most of the audio was like that. Do you think it's worth maybe just starting again because it was really crackly? I think you think you're right. It's probably the beard. I wasn't sure. Was that AirPods you had in?
It was AirPods.
Aye. So they've been rubbing.
Do you know what? I don't think we should start again, man. Fuck it. We can just do it. And people can make it out, can't they?
I don't really say anything that interesting anyway. So.
Oh, cheers, mate. You saying I'm a shite interviewer? I'm sitting with my boxers on and flip-flops wearing a shirt. It's fucking weird, by the way.
Wait, you were filming when all this happened, weren't you?
Yes, and we were currently filming Scott Squad, and I managed to get 2 days in and shut down mid-production. Such a strange feeling, mate.
Is there any projected timeline of when it's going to open back up? Or?
I don't know, man. I do not know. But Joe Hewlett tweeted a funny thing the other night. He says when we do get back, it's going to be really strange because there's a couple of cast members that are, going to have kids soon, and obviously everyone's on a fitness kick and stuff. So the continuity might be a wee bit strange when we all get back.
Did you film that in Glasgow? Aye.
I was actually filming a couple of scenes in Motherwell, but normally it is Glasgow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really weird, man. They're saying when sets open back up out here, it's going to be everyone's going to have to wear a mask apart from actors when they're on camera. Everyone's going to have to get their temperature checked at the beginning of the day. And it could go on like that until the middle of next year while the virus is still kicking around.
That is so crazy, mate. So what's the news like over there with that? Because in Scotland, it's hard to see a kind of finish line with this, mate. We don't know when we're going to get back to work.
The news in general is just, so, Trump based 24/7. It's just watching a reality TV show.
Yeah. He was on fucking reality TV anyway, isn't he? He is like a wrestler or something. Just what's this guy talking about?
He was in WWE, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's telling people to, what did he say last week? He was telling people to drink bleach. So that could kill the virus. Then there's people. There's people being hospitalised for it.
Is people doing it?
There's people doing it. People in New York have been hospitalised for drinking bleach.
Oh my god. I mean, should we feel sorry for them?
No, I mean, honestly, they should take all those people and just put them on a no vote list. Like, they're not allowed to vote from now on. We should have no say in democracy.
Yeah. Aye, if you're drinking bleach, man, you need to get a fucking grip.
It's mental, man. It's mental.
So what were you doing with work when before the lockdown? I know you're working on a new film called Green Rush, but
Yeah,
like,
so I write as well. So I've actually been hired to write a script right now. So this
Brilliant.
lockdown came at like a time for me when it actually helped me, because like, don't know if you write yourself, but the biggest problem with writing is procrastination, and planning what you're going to do and setting a goal and then having to actually sit down and get it done is a whole different story.
yeah,
So I've got no excuse really now, because I'm locked up in here, and apart from watching TV and binge watching Ozark with my girlfriend and taking the dog out, like, that's all I've really got to do with my time. But obviously at the same time I was promoting Green Rush, which is currently out in North America, so in the States and Canada, and it will be coming out in the UK around the end of May, so next month around this time.
brilliant. And that will be available on Amazon Prime?
It'll be available on Amazon Prime, on like any like to purchase video on demand platform, so like Amazon Prime, iTunes, YouTube, where you can like purchase it, through their channel, whatever the other, Apple TV, like all that sort of stuff.
Fantastic, mate. I seen the trailer when you first tweeted it, and I think it's looking great. And we've actually got the trailer here. Andrew, do you think you could play it for the punters?
Sure.
A rural area of Northern California is the center of the state's new green rush.
California will soon oversee the largest legal weed market in the world.
The nursery's where the real work is. The younger they are, then the more you have to nurture.
You're gonna be such a good dad.
Your probation officer, your boss, the whole world sees you as a criminal. So you might as well just be one. Where's my 50 G's?
We owe you 15, man.
But the clock's been ticking, hasn't it? I can get it more than that.
My bosses are growers.
He's got 5 times more than that. You want to make some real money?
Let's go.
Hey, don't move! Where's the keys? Where's the safe? Where is it? Here we go.
You're starting your crazy ass tick it all over again.
You really think he's gonna share that money with you?
Aren't you a rare creature?
No!
What do you want from me?
It's just a little weed, Caleb. Never hurt nobody.
It's not great promotion by me that during my own trailer I was texting someone, but hey ho.
That's all right, mate. Can I be in it?
Did you know
I love
what? I don't know if people know this. I don't know if you even know this, but obviously, like, you hear the Scottish accent in the trailer.
Yeah.
And the guy's got like a balaclava on half the time, right? I was back home at Christmas last Christmas, and I was having Christmas dinner at my godmother's house, and the trailer hadn't been released, but I had the trailer. So they'd all sort of, my mum had like sent it to them before or whatever. And my godmother the whole time is like, oh, I mean, like, it's great that you're the lead character and you're like the leading bad guy and you have that line in the balaclava. And I'm like, it's not me.
Yeah, that's Paul Telfer, isn't it?
Paul, yeah. Do you know Paul?
I don't know him personally, but we followed each other on Twitter the other night, and I know he's working stuff, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah. Paul did quite a lot of work back in the UK, and then he got cast in actually the Days of Our Lives, the show out here. Same
Amazing.
show that Joey Tribbiani's on in Friends. And the director's from Greenock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the both of your CVs, and you have got impressive work, man. I seen that you were in Steve Coogan's. Well, it's not his film, but Hot Air.
Yeah, Hot Air.
Fantastic.
I mean, it was kind of his film because he produced it, but that was a lot of fun. That was probably Steve Coogan's Steve Coogan, right? Like, I love the Alan Partridge Show.
Yeah.
And there's certain people that, you know, if I've been auditioning for something, I know that person's going to be in it. I sort of like fantasize of like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to work with this person. Yeah. I didn't even know actually Steve Coogan was going to be in this when I got that job. And then like when I got the full script, I read through it and I have this like really great scene with him. And it's the only time before I was on set that I had like probably butterflies in my stomach. Because
amazing.
The director's like, oh, we're going to do some improv. Like, we'll do the scene as written, but then we'll, like, improv it, which usually I'd be fine with, but, like, Steve Coogan's, like, the man when it comes to that sort of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a pretty buzzing experience. It was cool.
That's amazing, mate. It's good to see you doing so well, because it's one of those ones I can't really remember how we started talking to each other, but I know we've sent each other a few messages, and you seem like a great guy, so it's always good to see you doing well, and you seem happy as well, so that's good.
But yeah, everyone check out Green Rush. It's got a little. First of all, as I said, it's got a little Scottish, you know, contingency to support. There's me, Paul, Gerard, and then actually Lee McDermott, who oversaw all the stunts and the fight choreography. He's from Scotland as well.
Brilliant. I also seen that you were a wee cheeky co-producer on it.
I was. And that wasn't the case at the very beginning. I just got cast as an actor. And, you know, Jared and I had sort of wanted to work. It was sort of aligned in the stars, I guess, that we met, because he was actually working with a mutual friend that he was working with on something. And the guy, the American guy, my mate Dakota, was like, you should come to this meeting I'm having and meet him at the end for 5 minutes, because you're both from Scotland, and obviously like everyone in Scotland should meet each other, Americans thing, and we all know each other and all that sort of stuff. It's always that thing of like, oh, I know a Scottish guy, do you know him? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, we don't all know each other, like it's not fucking, you know, Latvia. I went to the meeting, and then it turned out that our parents actually were in the same class at school in Greenock and lived in the same street. And then since then we just became friends. But Jared was mostly in documentary filmmaking and did a lot of work with the UFC.
Yeah, which leads me on to my next part. The bold Conor McGregor was bigging it up.
It was, which, you know, I'm a big UFC fan, and I'm a big McGregor fan, just because I don't know what the guy's like as a person, obviously, but I just like the whole like showmanship and like the promotion, and like you need those people in every sport and industry, and you know what I mean.
I'm so sorry, mate. I just sneezed there. I'm sorry, man.
Corona.
Aye, I'm dying.
But yeah, he bigged it up, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Aye.
You know, you'd watched it.
Aye, because it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Because you were in River City would you say is that like 12 years ago you were in River City now?
10.
Yeah.
10, because River City was the first job I did, sort of out of nowhere. Like, I didn't want to be an actor, I kind of fell into it. And then once I'd been on River City, and like, I just had a great experience, and then I just decided, like, I think I want to do this, and then I got the opportunity to come study out here, and then that was just sort of it.
Amazing, mate. I see on your Twitter handle you say that you're a mad Celtic fan as well, or all the Americans. Like, what you on about?
You know what? Like, I have obviously American friends, but like my main contingency of friends out here are from Scotland, England, and Ireland.
Yeah.
So like it just part of WhatsApp groups and hanging out with those boys. Like it's like as if they've never really left home. So we just talk about football and I mean the only difference is like they get up and watch a game at 4 o'clock in the mornings, kind of.
Aye, that must be strange.
It's not like I mean I'm a big Celtic fan, but it's not like I get up for Inverness away. Do you know what I mean? Like,
aye,
you have a mate who gets up for every game and goes to the Celtic supporters bar. Like, no matter, they could be playing Clyde in the League Cup and he's there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I can't really be arsed with that, but I get up for all the, like, your Aberdeen and Rangers and the bigger sort of games, and then I'll just watch the highlights and the rest of them.
yeah. It's pretty strange not having the football on or the UFC. I'm missing it, to be honest.
I don't know what people do who don't watch sport. Like, I'm like, what do you watch on TV? Like, I mean, I watch my TV shows and stuff, but like, what do you just like flick through and like no football and no UFC or no boxing? Like, I don't know. Are you a big UFC fan?
I wouldn't say I'm the same. I watch it if there's a big fight. Like, I love Nate Diaz and stuff, and I'll obviously watch Conor McGregor if he's fighting, but I won't just sit and randomly watch anyone.
Right,
but I enjoy it when it's on. It's good.
It's the same with you though, right? Though, because you've got to stay up till like what 2, 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to watch something live.
Aye, and it fucks my whole next day, man. I feel like I'm 50 years old, trapped in a 32-year-old body. I need my sleep.
It's like out here though that doesn't really happen for me, you know. So like I can watch the fight at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
and I can watch it live and it's perfect. But my dad and my brother, they stay up and watch the boxing at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I can't do that, mate. What are you thinking about Ozark? Because I had Kevin L. Johnson on the podcast the other night. You know Sam?
Yeah, Sam, and
he's actually my best mate now, so there you go.
name dropper.
Yeah, I said that. I was like, see, when Ozark comes back, mate, can I be on it?
Is he? I've not listened to that one you did yet. Is he American? Because I know. How did you get him on the podcast? Is he? Do you know him?
We follow each other on Twitter, and I just asked him. Basically, just messaged him and asked him. And he seems like a great guy, and he was a great guy. He was really nice, and it was so strange, just like a working actor who he was talking about working in a restaurant in the first season. So just I don't know why I found that strange, because we're all in the kind of same boat. We're just chasing work and trying to do better.
Did you think, don't you though, Ozark, like one of the biggest shows in the world, literally, and the guy's still in the first season working like another job? It's mental.
Yeah, but
I love it. Like, I think the acting, the writing, the way it's shot, like with that sort of like blue dark tint to it all. I just think it's stylized, and the acting as an actor is just like so good by everyone across the board.
Yeah, Jason Bateman. It's quite strange seeing him, because he's like he was a heartthrob, wasn't he? And he was in like rom-coms and
rom-coms. What was that superhero movie, the Will Smith one? He was in that. What's it called? Hancock.
Yeah, Hancock, and was it net Dodgeball? He had a wee bit in Dodgeball, didn't he?
Me and my girlfriend just watched Dodgeball like 2 weeks ago because she'd never seen it, and like it is such a bizarre movie, man. It's still funny, but like I don't remember it being just as stupid when I was younger. You know what I mean? It's so stupid.
That's the good thing about this lockdown, though. I'm working my way through some classic old school comedies and films and stuff. Have you been doing that?
I've been watching so much, man. I've been watching so many movies, and like, you know, especially like movies that I would never usually watch. Living with my girlfriend, she's studying to be a director, so
awesome.
She sort of opens my eyes to movies that I would never necessarily maybe watch myself, that I end up loving. Like, last night we watched The Host, which is actually, I don't know if you know it, it's actually a Korean movie. Same guy who did Parasite, the director. I don't know if you saw Parasite either.
But I've seen Parasite, but The Host is on my list because it's got a bit of a cult following, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's what was it? Bong Bong something the director of Parasite.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
I'm not going to offend anyone, but Bong something. It's his first movie.
Wow.
And it's a Korean movie, and it's superb. Sometimes it's difficult for me to sit down and watch something that's all subtitles, especially at night, because it's just like an effort up on top. I want to watch a movie to relax, not to like read, for like an hour and a half. But it's excellent.
Yeah, I read that recently, that mobile phones are so addictive that people can't watch documentaries or films anymore with subtitles on them because they're always missing it.
Right.
It's pretty depressing, isn't it?
It's bad, man, especially during this. Like, people are using their phones more than not ever, like, because they're bored. Do you know what I mean? They're just sitting there scrolling through just copious amounts of just shit on top of shit, like, over and over again.
That's the spirit.
And it's like half the people, like, on Twitter, not including yourself, and Instagram and Facebook, maybe it's the Scottish cynic in me, but I'm scrolling through and I'm like, I hate 80% of you people. Like, I genuinely don't like you, and I come on here to just remind myself that I don't like you.
I'm going to use that as the cutaway for the podcast, mate. Just that wee bit there. I hate everybody. Fuck yous. What are you missing most about Scotland? I mean, obviously your family and stuff, but lighten up a wee bit.
Food.
Yeah.
And it's weird because every food I'm about to mention is not, historically Scottish whatsoever. But, like, a kebab or, like, a munchie box.
Ah, fuck. When's the last time you had a munchie box, man?
I had a kebab at Christmas. But a munchie box, I don't know, man, like years.
Yeah.
But I had a kebab at Christmas. I always have a kebab. I always have, like, a sausage or black pudding supper. I always got a bovril when I go to the Celtic game. My girlfriend went to the Celtic game with me, right? She's born and raised actually she was born in England, so that's a lie, but raised in New York on the East Coast. And she went to the Celtic game with me, and her dad's English, so she's sort of been exposed to food from the UK growing up, like pies and sausage rolls and all that sort of stuff. But I got a bovril. She's like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's a drink, try it. She's like, what is it? And I'm like, it's a beef-flavoured drink. Like, and only when you say that do you realise how sort of weird that is. It's like a beef-flavoured drink. And then she tried it. She actually liked it. And then she said, it actually just tastes like the ramen soup. And I was like, oh, that is exactly what it tastes like, actually, now that you say that. And I'd never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's like just beef water. I was gigging with an American comedian called Chris DeStefano. And in fact, I'm not even pronouncing that right. He'll fucking call me because he's a great guy. But I gave him a can of Iron Brew to taste when I was gigging with him. And I was totally bigging it up. I was like, oh, mate, you need to try this. He couldn't even finish it. He got halfway through and he's like, I feel sick. There's too much sugar in that. I was like, fuck. What have we been drinking my whole lives?
What's it? Someone said to me, it tastes like bubble gum mixed with cough syrup.
Fuck.
No, right, it's kind of accurate. But Iron Brew, I love a good Iron Brew as well. And a kebab, and a chippy, and what else? Like a good Indian. Like there's one Indian out here that's all right, but like a good grubby, greasy, heart attacking, juicing Indian. That's what I want.
Is there anything over there that you can go to for like comfort food that would be like your Scottish kebab or whatever?
No, there's no kebab. It's not like back home anyway. I mean, they have like Middle Eastern food, like shawarmas and stuff, but it's not like, it's almost like too good. Like I want it to be shitter. Do you know what I mean?
You want it to be grey?
I want it to be like grey and like barely edible and like lukewarm hot. You know what I mean? And for like a couple of hairs to be in it from some. You know what I mean?
I'm getting excited, man. This is like fucking phone sex to me, mate. You talking about kebabs? I'm like, oh no, help me.
A food relapse.
I know, man. I've not had any of that stuff in over a year, and I still miss it.
No, you do miss it. You do miss it. But that's how they get you. It is like, I don't know. But there is one place in Santa Monica where you can get like pies and like sausage rolls and iron brew, but it's like a 30-minute drive away. So if I'm down there, maybe I'll get it. But they also will charge like, fucking $4 for a pie, and I'm like, which is like £3.50. I'm like, what?
Yeah, fuck that. So you are in LA. Are you near the Comedy Store and stuff?
I am literally a 4-minute walk from the Comedy Store.
Honestly?
Yeah, 4-minute walk.
Wow, that is amazing, mate, because that was one of my New Year's resolutions as well, to go there. It's
you gonna come out here then? For like
yeah.
a trip?
Yeah. I don't even know if it would be for work, maybe just a holiday, but just get in that building, the Comedy Store, would be like my fucking Graceland or something, do you know what I mean?
Well, the cool thing about it, right, is like sort of one of the unique things of living out here, and the reason my brother loves to come and visit is you never know what's going to happen. So like, you could go into the Comedy Store and there could just be like a normal lineup, and then all of a sudden, like fucking Joe Rogan will get up unplanned and just do 10 minutes of new material. Or Louis C.K. got up once when I was there and did like 10 minutes of new material just to try it out. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's cool stuff like that when you're out here.
When it gets back to normality, especially now, because I'm the type of person that just won't do anything, but now I'm not taking anything for granted, and I'm going to come over.
Book the flight, mate. Book the flight.
Aye, we can go to the Comedy Store together, mate.
The flights are cheaper than you'll ever get them if you book it for like early next year, or even like anytime, even if you put it for a year from now, because of like the airlines are all fucked. You know what I mean? Like, they're charging next to nothing, half the price of what a flight would normally be.
Brilliant. I can be in Green Rush too. Yeah. That's my self-tape edition, mate.
You know what we could do? We could figure out something to get you up there on a Tuesday night, because I actually know the guy that books the lineups for the Tuesday night at the Comedy Store.
Honestly? Wow.
Yeah, he's an English guy who I played in the same football team with out here for years, and he books the lineups on a Tuesday night.
Mate, that is my dream. Honestly, that is my dream, mate. I think I'd cry. Honestly, I think I'd probably cry before I got on stage.
I think we could honestly figure that out if you had dates booked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely come over anyway, mate.
Probably change the Americanize the jokes a little more.
I know. I'd be like, anybody ever heard of the Savoy?
Anyone in the room from Springburn tonight?
Aye. Eckies? No. That's happened to me before, by the way. I went down to Newcastle and I died on my arse because I don't even know why I thought that stuff would be funny, but it was just to a room of silence.
But it's tough though, right? Because like, I don't know, like, certain people why do certain people translate and certain people don't? So nobody knows who Kevin Bridges is out here, right?
No.
But like, everybody knows who Billy Connolly is. So why was his? I mean, I can't answer this. This is me asking you. Why can his style of comedy translate to an American audience and Kevin Bridges can't? Is it just because Kevin Bridges decides he doesn't really care and doesn't want to adapt it?
Maybe because, I mean, I don't know. This is my opinion, but maybe because I'm having a stroke. Just because Billy Connolly's been around for years, and Kevin's only been doing it for 14 years or something.
Right.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Like that. Is it Danny Boy or something?
Danny Boy, yeah. I know him. He's kind of popular. He gigs in places like Hawaii and stuff. And
yeah, I'd never heard of him And so it was an American person that was like, yeah, I know a stand-up comic from Scotland. He's one of my favourites, Danny Boy. I was like, who?
Yeah. Yeah, because he doesn't really gig in Scotland.
Weird.
But he does well. That actually...
His last
what's
name
that?
Is he a Celtic fan? Because Danny Boy is spelled Bhoy.
Yeah, he's a mad Celtic fan. All the good comedians are Celtic fans.
So the Rangers fans have zero sense of humour. They've lost. The banter years have literally sucked any ounce of joy in them, just dry.
Gonna be careful what you say, mate, because I'm in Glasgow and I'll get done in. You.
Oh, no, I think that my dad and my brother are season ticket Ibrox, like mad Rangers fans. My dad and my brother.
Your dad's a Rangers fan, mate?
And my brother.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, to fuck.
So, like, our house on Old Firm days was well and truly split down the centre.
Yeah. I've got the other half of my family are Rangers fans as well, and me and my cousin, my uncle had me pinned up against a wall once, and I was like, hey, family, love it. This is what it's all about. When I was like 12.
You want to know something funny? Actually, my first Old Firm game I went to, my dad had a season ticket at Ibrox, right? And I was maybe about 12, 11 at the time. And I'd never been to an Old Firm game, and he couldn't go to the game, near to my brother. And he said, but why don't you, here, if you want, your mum will take you up, she'll drop you off near the stadium, take my ticket. And it was at Ibrox, in the Rangers end. You would take my ticket, and you can go to the game and sit in a seat and just, like, for the experience, soak it in, sit in your hands, and, you know, obviously whatever you say, do not say you're, like, infiltrating, right? So I go to the game, and my dad's seat was very near where the Celtic, you got the police obviously in the middle, but then it was as close to the Celtic fans as you could get, pretty much, right? So anyway, Celtic won that game 1-0. Stilian Petrov scored, I remember. And when Celtic scored, like, you know, the fans are going at each other, and I'm just sort of sitting there and not celebrating and not, you know, acting pissed off either, just sort of neutral. And suddenly I turn round to look at the Celtic fans celebrating, and a pie flies through the air and it smashes me in the face. The guy next to me is like, that was fucking bastard. And he turns to me and grabs it. He goes, never mind them, son, you're a good blue nose, here yourself. I was like, yeah, all right, mate. Well,
if he knew your name was fucking Declan Michael Laird, he would have melted in his seat. Fucking hell, man, you can't get any much of a Tim name than that.
I was hit by my own.
How would I hit it if I was you? I'd be like that.
Friendly fire.
I've got a question here for you. It's from someone on my social media called Natalie K. What?
Are we like live, or is this just?
No, we're not live.
We're not live.
No, how come?
Okay, good.
It doesn't get edited though.
I didn't know when you said you had a question. No, I didn't know, like, when you said you have a question, if it was from before or if someone... All right, okay.
From Mike Trusty.
Very, very, very big writing at the bottom there.
Did you clock that there? That's all I've got. I've just got hot air, brackets, River City. Kidding on, mate. And Conor McGregor, I know I've wrote that down.
just Conor McGregor on the page for some reason.
So Natalie Kerr has asked if he could be in any movie, what one would it be and why? Even ones that have been made and stuff in the past. Trainspotting, yeah.
There's several. Trainspotting was probably the first thing that I watched that made me. Before I'd ever, and I was never in any sort of acting, school playing, like nothing. Because I played football growing up my whole life. But Trainspotting, there was just something about it where I watched it and I thought it was like so iconic and like I could do that. Like I could play that role. Like I understand those guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I would love to come home and do something. I would love to come back to Scotland and play a role in like a Scottish movie, a about Scotland, and I never get the opportunity to do so. I never even get the chance to audition to do so. It's as if like I've moved to America and everyone back home is just sort of like, visits my gravestone.
Yeah.
So I would just love to come back and be in like a new Trainspotting or something like that.
I've always thought that. I mean, maybe just coming. I'm not talking about you, but maybe they think, God, that's going to be a pain in the arse for him to come back from America.
Well, logistically, right? First of all, like TV, like why would we bring someone back who's not a superstar when we can get someone here? Do you know what I mean? And then movie-wise, it's like also just, you've got such a great talent pool back there anyway. Why would we bring this guy over from America? Like, that'll only really happen when hopefully my career hits a certain, point. And then the tables kind of completely turn and anyone would want you to come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to do a Scottish-based movie at home, Glasgow, preferably, because, I'd go Edinburgh, but like I know Glasgow, like and I know they're only a fucking hour apart in the car, but they seem like two different worlds to me.
Yeah, they are.
So, I was sort of born and raised in Greenock and then moved up to Kilmacombe later in life. So I'd love to just come back and do a Glasgow-based movie, that Trainspotting-esque. Although that was set in Edinburgh.
Aye, that would be good, mate. You could probably be in the new Scott Squad as like Bobby's second cousin or something.
I could come back as Bobby's cousin from America, who moved out there in his family.
Yeah, and I'm like giving you Iron Brew and Totty scones and stuff because you're choking for them. I know this is kind of similar. It's a similar question, and it's what we've already spoke about. But you were asking me about it and my accent. So, Natalie's asked, "How do you find your Scottish accent in America, and how does it go down when you're looking for work? Does it make you feel self-conscious? And can you do other accents?"
Yeah, I mean, like everything, because I'm based out here, 90% of the roles I go for auditions for are American accent. I think that's something to do with my age, my playing age as well, because like people get to use their own natural Scottish accent if they're out here more as they get older, because you could be like the Scottish dad who like moved out here and you don't really have to explain why there's a Scottish like older guy who's playing a dad, you know what I mean? But when I shave my beard, I still look, 19. So I go for a lot of like parts that are like, maybe he's like a university student, maybe he's like just like around that 19-20 age or whatever, and it's kind of hard to explain whether it's a guy from fucking Glasgow or just outside Glasgow hanging around with all these teenagers from like Santa Monica. You know what I mean? So pretty much everything is an American accent, and then the other things that aren't are usually like RP English. Do you know what I mean? Like British accent, or even Irish sometimes. Very rarely is it Scottish. Like, is people Scotland still that weird thing out here where like people either really know what it is and like the geography of it and all that kind of stuff, or they pretend they know and know very little. They think it's like a district in London or whatever.
Yeah.
And does it make me self-conscious? No, not at all. It makes me different, which I like. Makes you stand out. There's so much competition for roles out here that I found when I go for auditions. It's actually, they're always looking to make their own job easier when it comes to like narrowing down who their choices are. So I found that what I do is if I've never been in for the casting director before, especially, I'll go in American. And I'll do my name in American and my height and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll do the audition in an American accent, and then when the camera's off, I'll switch back to Scottish when I'm leaving the room, because at that point, if I've like tricked them into thinking I'm American when I came in, and like then they're like, oh my god, like you're from Scotland, and like, oh wow, like you've like succeeded, you know what I mean? But if you go in Scottish, they're already analysing every word you're saying in the audition to hear if there's a slip.
Yeah.
And if there's a slip, it's so cutthroat. If there's one slip, that's it. Like, oh, I can't do an American accent. And even if there isn't a slip, they'll think they've heard one. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That sounds pretty stressful, man, and a cutthroat industry, mate.
stressful.
Fucking hell.
But no, I don't. No self-conscious. Not at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said to you, you've got to, like, on a day-to-day basis, unfortunately, Americanize some words. Otherwise, people just won't know what you're talking about. Like, you got to say, like, sidewalk instead of pavement. You know?
Yeah.
Can't be like, get that out the boot of my car. They'll be like, what? You got to say the trunk. Otherwise, they'll have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know?
It just sounds like you're from the West End, mate, anyway, when you're saying all that shit.
Right. But it is funny, like, it does get a little annoying sometimes. Like, you go in the fucking Starbucks, you know, and get a coffee or whatever, wherever you are, and they're like, oh my God, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from Scotland. Like, oh, yeah. My great, you know, I'm Scottish. My last name's McCulloch. Yeah, our family were from the north side of the loch. I'm like, what?
I went to Miami when I was 17, and I had a couple of people thinking that I was Russian. It's like, how the fuck did you think that?
Mate, that happens all the time.
People thinking you're Russian?
Russian and Ukrainian. Like, if I'm in, like, a taxi or, like, an Uber or a taxi or whatever, the guy gets talking to me, and where are you from? Where do you think I'm from? Nearly the first guess all the time will be Russia.
You kind of look Russian with that beard, actually. You do kind of look like it.
I don't know if it's that we look Russian or if, like, we just have this, like, Scottish, like, cynical sort of, like, beady-eyed, like, constantly, just because Russians just genuinely, like, kind of look furious all the time, I think.
Yeah.
They're the most intimidating people by far, like, I think. When you meet a Russian, they're just, like, so serious.
You don't want to fuck with a Russian?
No, you don't.
So, normally we cap it at about an hour. I don't want to keep you here all day. We've done 55 minutes. If people wanted to get you on Instagram and Twitter, what is your name? Is it just your normal name?
Yeah, it's Declan, obviously Declan, and then M for Michael, and then my last name Laird, Laird. So Declan M Laird. It's the same on all the platforms. It used to be DML actor, but then my friends started making fun of me, calling me just DM Lactor and the Lactosaurus Rex, and I was like, change this shit. So Declan M Laird.
My mate is a composer, and he's getting more professional now, but his username used to be Cans Zimmer. He had to change it.
What was that cat with? Now you say Cans, I remember listening something that, like, every so often I hear something about back home, and I'm just like, Scotland's the best, man. Like, there was like a guy that took, like, it's not funny, but, like, he took his family or his mates, like, hostage in his own house, and his police negotiations were like 6 cans and Brendan Rodgers back or something. And I'm listening to this thing and I'm like, this sounds like this isn't a wind up. This is someone actually asking for this.
Yeah, I remember that when it first happened.
Brendan Rodgers back.
Get Brendan Rodgers on the phone. Get him back up.
You imagine getting that phone call, Mr. Rodgers, PC so and so. God, hostage on the phone.
Davey wants you back. He's like, to Leicester. Sorry, boys, I need to go. So, what's your plans for the rest of the day? What have you got on?
I'm gonna come off here, walk the dog, and then call a couple of people while I'm on the dog walk, and then get writing. That's the plan.
Good man.
Like this script, which hopefully, you know, will end up getting made, and hopefully get my my credit as a writer out there, but you get over that hurdle of procrastination, as we spoke about.
Well, mate, chin up, and I wish you all the best with it. And it's been amazing chatting to you. It feels really strange that this is the first time we've spoke, but we'll keep in touch anyway. And I'm looking forward. What was that?
Get that flight booked.
Yes, mate, I'll be over. We can do head to toe. That's a Scottish term as well. When's the last time you heard that?
A long time. I've got things on me that like remind me where I'm from. I've got tattoos across my toes that say Diddy in Egypt.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a Scottish flag on my leg and bagpipes on my leg.
Brilliant.
So I've got, when I look at the ground and I look at my feet, I can never let my head get too big about living out here or whatever, because it tells me I'm just a Diddy in Egypt at the end of the day.
Brilliant.
People think it's P Diddy, or people think I love P Diddy,
Aye. It's probably better off just saying that.
Yeah, I love P Diddy, man.
No, I'm obsessed with P Diddy. I'm looking forward to seeing Green Rush. I hope everybody checks it out.
Yes,
and
check it out, and it's a lot of fun. It's I wouldn't watch it with your children if you have them, if they're under a certain age, but strap in for a wild ride.
Brilliant. Right, that's us, Andy. Everybody follow Declan on social media, and God bless.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for having me on.
No worries, mate.